Welcome back, sports gamers. We're coming back with a win over Phoenix. It's week 11. Now it's time for the Lonestar Showdown. Dallas versus Houston. Cowboys and Oilers. We're still undefeated, 9-0, leading the division. And the second best record in the league goes to the Oilers, 8-1. So, Lonestar Shootout, possible preview to the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens. Now, Emmitt Smith has been injured, so maybe he'll show up. Maybe he'll be back for this game. He's got to go for that rushing title. Troy Aikman, over 2,000 yards passing, 3 interceptions. Mark Rippon, 1.9 interceptions. Okay. And Jim Everett's still leading in yards, followed by Warren Moon and the run and shoot offense. Then Troy Aikman. Let's check the sacks. Kid Norton had a big game against the Cardinals. All right. He's tied with Charles Haley, who eventually will become teammates with Ken Norton. But for this game, he's with the 49ers. All right, so there's nothing left. Here we go. Let's see. Do we have Emmitt or not? There he is. E. Smith back in it. He's not going to sit out for this game. Cowboys Oilers. Now this was my ultimate Super Bowl wish back in the day when I was young. There's a couple chances there's one chance for sure, but Houston gave up the lead to Buffalo, and Buffalo had like the biggest comeback in NFL history. I guess that still holds. I don't know if there's a bigger one now, but anyway. So anyway, that ruined the chances of the Oilers making it to the Super Bowl. Of course, I think that was the divisional round, I think. So obviously they would have had to win the AFC Championship and then get to the Super Bowl. But anyway, I was an Oilers fan. Don't care for the Texans, that's for sure. Oh no, Warren Moon. Fumbles. Picked up by Drew Hill, you're not going to catch him. Yep. Talking too much here. Drew Hill scoops and scores. Kind of like what the Cardinals did last game. Anyway, so I was a Warren Moon fan. Run and shoot, all that good stuff. Of course, when they moved to Tennessee, didn't care for that. Then it was all Cowboys. Then when the Texans came in, yeah, I really didn't care for that. No love for the Texans, sorry. Alright, Emmitt Smith, back in the groove. Going deep to Michael Irvin, I think he's double covered. Alright, 2nd and 10. Toss to Emmitt. Another big run. Aikman out of the gun. Novacek open. Having a stellar year. Seems to always be open though. That helps. Michael Irvin's been covered a lot recently. Even Alvin Harper's been getting in the mix. Alright, 7-7. Alan Pinkett back deep. Here we go, 1st and 10. Oilers who were putting together a drive last series. Oh my gosh. Deep to Alan Pinkett. Second and 9. Gotta slow these guys down. Moon to scramble. Jack Del Rio all over it. 3rd and 12. Moon trying to take care of business on the ground. Alright, we have... Is it Del Greco? No, it's not Del Greco. Good thing it's not Del Greco. Alright. Oilers miss field goal. We'll take it over. Emmett Smith. Nice run. 2nd and 2. Uh-oh. Somebody came screaming down. Could have been Bubba McDowell. One of the safeties. Novacek wide open again. First down. We'll toss to Emmett. Gain of 2. Alright, 2nd and 8. Everybody's covered. Hickman a scramble. Uh-oh, fumble. Oilers recover. Touchback. Oh man. Alright, Warren Moon. Back to pass. He's going to scramble. Sacked by Larry Brown. That could have cost us though. Gotta learn to let those go. Alright, in original Tecmo Super Bowl, that would be Lorenzo White. But for the 91 roster, 91 season, I guess Alan Pinkett got most of the carries, maybe that's why he's starting now. Unless he's injured, but I want to say, yeah, Pinkett is starting. Oh my goodness. Chris Dishman. Alright. Oilers take over. Warren Moon looking for Pinkett. 2nd and 10. Still tied 7-7. Heck of a game going right here. Curtis Duncan. First down. I think Warren Moon's going to try to... Nope. Thought he was. He's going to scramble though. Back to Duncan. Incomplete. Alright, 2nd and 10. Let's see what happens here. Try to sack. Givens. Right up the middle. Alright, they're had one loss for a reason. 7-1, 8-1, where they were. This game did take place in the Astrodome, and the Oilers pulled it out. Cowboys had a chance to win it. Oh, 22 seconds left. And I'm heading off to Emmett. Alright, we gotta go deep. Gotta go to Old Faithful. Novacek. See what happens. Touchdown. And he popcorned him off. Jay Novacek. Cowboys tied up. Alexander Wright. Check his status. That's Kelvin Martin. Oh, they're both feeling bad. Throw Ricky Blake back there. Change this up. Need to get Irvin the ball somehow. Alright, 14-14. Gain of 4. Back to Emmett. There he is. Aikman to Irvin. Complete. Oilers all over that one. 2nd and 14. Pass to the Moose. And he popcorned somebody right off of him. Daryl Johnston. We said it was going to be a shootout. Here it is. 21-14. Moon to scramble, 2nd and 1. Draw to Pinkett. Alright, loss of yards, 3rd and 4. Need a stop right here. Back to Pinkett. That'll do. Alright, 4th and 6. Oilers will punt. Ricky Blake, back deep. Alright, 1st and 10, we got to score on this drive. Aikman getting chased. Does enough to gain a 1st down. Out of the gun. Finds Emmett. Aikman under pressure. Alright, gain of 2. Could have been a lot worse. Toss to Emmett. Oilers all over him. 3rd and 8. Finds Novacek. Novacek showing the speed. Alright, start of the 4th quarter. Cowboys looking to score. There's Emmett. Touchdown. there's a game we needed him back, it was definitely this one. Alright, 28-14. Moon finds Haywood Jeffries. 1st and 10. I don't know why I picked a running play. That's crazy. Alright, Oilers driving right now. Can't count out Warren Moon. Pass incomplete to Drew Hill. 3rd and 6. Looking for Pinkett. Incomplete. Alright, 4th and 6. They're going to try another field goal attempt. Even farther back than before. Wide right. Looks like they're missing out Del Greco for sure. Alright, let Emmett take over. Off to the races. Oilers will call a timeout. 28-14. And off Daryl Johnston. Let the time run down a little bit. Alright, going back to Emmett. 2nd and 6. Nice. There it is. Touchdown. Fumble. Cowboys take over. Moose is loose. Touchdown. To 14. Kind of worried there in the first half. Had a good ball game, 7-7 for a while. Alan Pinkett breaking free. All right, he's gonna get tackled. All right, Cowboys win 42-14. Emmitt Smith back from injury, 115 yards on the ground. Troy Aikman 218 in the air. 1 interception, and Jay Novacek 4 receptions, 150 yards. Alright, so the top 2 teams in the league right now. Oilers, we just gave the Oilers their 2nd loss. We're still undefeated. Now, is this a preview to the Super Bowl? You got New England in the AFC East. I believe it's the Raiders in the West. I don't think we didn't check, or I didn't check. Anyway, if this is a preview to the Super Bowl, there you have it. 42-14 Lonestar Shootout. Cowboys win. Till next time.